Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming to Deb Chanel's 40s World, where we do soap opera reviews. I want to thank you all for coming to my channel so much each and every day, and thank you for new subscribers as well as old subscribers. Please share me on your Facebook, my account channel, Deb Chanel's 48th World. Like and share my videos on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And remember to leave your comments. I think I said like and share my videos and subscribe for updates. And if you haven't become a subscriber to my channel, please do so at this time or after you finish looking at a couple of videos. Please leave me your comments and because I like talking with you all and responding back. But we can go on and get into today's episode that aired June 17th, Friday, 2016 at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, the summary they give us for today's episode on The Bold and the Beautiful is Ridge gives Steffi fatherly advice regarding her relationship with Liam and Wyatt. Then Brooke is overwhelmed with guilt when Katie expresses how indebted she is to her sister Brooke. Alrighty, we go into the first scene. We have Brooke waking up in Bill's work office bedroom. Okay, who does that? Only Bill. Like he can do it at a snap of a hat or a drop at a dime or something. I'm like, you just said it was your weight room. So when did you turn this contraption from a gym to a bedroom scene? I tell you, they can do a lot with props. But anyway, they didn't sleep together, but they slept or took a nap together, is what they're giving off in this episode. Because, yesterday's episode, I thought they was going to be getting it on, honey. Because they were doing everything leading up to that process. But it seems like they just took a nap together, which still garners some closeness that they're not supposed to be sharing still. Okay, we go to Liam. Liam comes out to visit his father, and he tries to open the door, but it's locked. So he motions Bill's secretary, Allison, what's up with the door being locked? Is he in? Is he not going in? She's like, well, I haven't full instructions on not to disturb him. And so Liam is like, well, he's not on the phone. And he didn't tell me about having some type of business. She said, look, I only take orders from your dad. He told me not to disturb him under no circumstances. So, on no circumstances, I mean, it just is what it is. I really don't know. And I really don't want to get into it. But Liam is not really taking the hint. He's still trying to figure out why is his dad locked. This is so out of character for him. He never has his door locked. And even if he's in a conference or a meeting, he's usually on the phone raising hell, but his door is still not locked. So Liam is really thinking and trying to understand what the hell is going on. But we go on, to another scene. Is Steffi is talking with her dad. She's over at Forrester Creations, and Steph just making pretty much small talk about Sasha and Zende and Nicole, and Ridge is telling her the incidents that they had with regard to Zende not showing what he want to do, Sasha not showing what she want to do as far as this photo, what do you call it, commercial shoot that they have to do. So he's just confused, but he's saying he can respect Zende simply for the fact that he was standing up and he was standing on the basis of love and a relationship versus always taking that next move or big news that will solidify him in the photography realm of being in for your resources and just trying to get a leg up on photographers that's been out there for years in the field. He would probably be working with some renowned photography people, but he's willing to pass it up, but he's not wanting Sasha to miss her good fortune. And like I said yesterday, it was making um both, it was making Nicole look stupid because she was the only one, be like, nana nana boo boo, I'm gonna get you, and that sense of way of thinking, which was immature. Because business have to be business and personal have to be personal. You have to separate the two. They can't intertwine because one is going to suffer over the other. So it was just a big mess. And then, he could respect it. He told Steffi pretty much, you might need to take that same hint when it comes to you getting out your marriage with Wyatt. If it's not fulfilling you, because you were manipulated, and it is what it is. However, you gotta let it all the way go, or you need to let your marriage go with Wyatt and go after what your heart and what you've been wanting. And Wyatt just gonna have to understand. But then she's saying, meaning Stephanie, she loves Wyatt. She wouldn't be with Wyatt if she didn't love him. So it is what it is. So um Liam, then we go back to Liam. Liam is still trying to talk with Allison and letting him in the office and to see his dad. And she's basically don't really know what the hell to do because he keep drilling her, and she knows when Liam starts something, he don't let it go for no, for nothing. He's probably a little relentless like his dad. So she's getting a little antsy. She don't know what else to tell him. And then we leave that situation. We go to Bill and Brooke. They're pretty much embracing with one another, but they still didn't do anything. Like I said, they just slept together or took a nap together because it's still within that same day. It's just later on in that day. Brooke, as she calls herself leaving the bedroom area, she leaves her, one of her earrings fell off her ear and she left it in the bed without noticing it. Okay, we go to commercial. We come back. We got Bill and Brooke. They're talking. They're discussing things. Bill saying he want to be bad with her. He's still not taking no for an answer. He don't know, what she don't understand about that. He's not giving her up. He already done told her he'll tell Katie. He'll end his marriage before he let her walk out of his life and get interested in somebody else and denying their feelings and this not, that and the other. And, like I said, Liv is pretty much on her behind outside, meaning Allison. So Allison just went on and called Bill because evidently he's been tied up for a long time and he needs to be done with whatever he's doing or take it home, take it to a real hotel or something. And Bill, answers the phone and he goes off on her until she interrupts him abruptly, telling him, hey, your son is here, Liam. Then he, changes his tone. He said, wait a minute, is he right there in front of you? Don't say that, just say yes or no. And then she looks at Liam, meaning Allison, and starts to smile at him and said, yes. And so he said, well, okay, but don't do nothing. I'll call you right back. Or, he gets her off the phone. Then he goes in. Brooke done heard the whole conversation. She's trying to figure out which way she should go, which way she should dash and hide. And he was like, no, 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 calm down. Calm down. I got you. And he goes on to think about it. And I guess he finally remembers he has an adjacent connecting door to the outside from his bedroom area that he don't have to like have her go through his office to the outside where Allison and Liam is, being displayed and have to, go through them. He just told her go through the bedroom door entrance. It has a, place you can get out in the back. So she scurries on along, and like I said, she hadn't noticed that she's left her earring or one of her earrings has fallen out of her ear. So she doesn't know that she is missing it at this point. So, like I said, she goes on and exits out. And we go to Bill and Liam. He goes in to open the door, let Liam in. They go through a little business finalities and stuff, and he says it's a good report he gave him. And then Bill also tells him to run it past Wyatt though. And he's like, "Why I got to see him? You know, I got to prove it." He said, "It's just business protocol, son. Okay, I'm not trying to hook y'all up to be in a fighting or whatever, but just run it past him. He's pretty much the one under me because you had that position, but hey, it is what it is." So then they stop talking about that. They go into talking a little personal and stuff. And I don't know what the writers thought about, but the whole episode between him talking with his dad and Katie talking to Brooke in a later part of the episode, they're on this kick about loyalty and marriage and being it all being sanctified and nothing's supposed to come between it. It's supposed to work it out, this, that, and the other. And, you know, pretty much Liam is putting his father, meaning Bill, on a pedestal, saying, you know, I know I'm idolizing myself in a sense. After you, I want to be like you because you sat there and you've been with Katie for so long, and I know y'all been having changes and this, that, and the other, and y'all could have strayed from one another, but y'all didn't do that. So I'm looking for that kind of love. So if it's not with Stephanie, hopefully it'll be with somebody else. But yeah, I'm the only reason why I'm changing is because you told me about loyalty and support. And I've seen that being displayed in you and Katie's marriage, and I just want to be like you, Dad. And you know, in any other circumstances, I'm sure Bill would have ate that up like a good ice cream and cake of your favorite choice. But he couldn't really take the warm compliments because he ain't doing right by Katie, but he just ain't told nobody yet. So he's feeling so look kind of awkward and not knowing what he should say or do. But it's funny how that scene worked its way in, and he's not being able to make eye contact with Liam when he's saying, you know, it's pretty much like a moral compass that everyone should follow, not just him. And don't look up to him, you know, for that. This is just something you know you need to do. And so Liam is feeling some kind of way about that because he thought his daddy would like, you know, him comparing himself to him. And he just don't know what's going on with that. And he said, even after, you know, the meeting we had when you were talking about family and loyalty and sticking together, and, you know, we don't need to be running after each other's wives or husbands, you know, just stay who you're with or divorce, get the thing, you know, popping and try to something else. However, you know, Bill whole thing and Katie whole thing was showing them that, you know, they done weathered a lot of storms throughout their marriage and shortcomings, and pretty much it is what it is. So, you know, like I said, Bill was trying to figure like, don't, or, you know, don't do that. Don't, you know, I'm not all bad. So then we have Katie. She goes over to Brooke House. I like to call it her little mansion compound to apologize some more and to tell her about her past negative behavior. She's not going to be, you know, calling her out like that. It was just all in her mind. She realized that now. She's just so thankful she has a supportive sister such as Brooke. And she promised to be more positive even now and in the future. And then she goes on over there to hug Brooke, and Brooke is feeling some kind of way, feeling very uncomfortable. We all know why. Same thing Bill went through, you know, just recently before we got to this scene. So she's feeling some kind of way, and she jumps up like she nervous over there, you know, by the sink area, the faucet. And Katie's still, you know, sitting at the table looking at her like, why are you so edgy? You know, and stuff like that. I know it was mean. I know you know, not wanting to accept my apologies right now. But in time, I'm sure you will. And Brooke, you know, she goes in the hug Brooke again. And then we pretty much go off that scene altogether. Then we go back to Red. She's agreeing with Bill, meaning they're still having that little discussion on Steffi and him about marriage being sacred. Marriage is the tool that will serve you real well and it'll be very fulfilling. You just have to be committed to it. And it's a lot of hard work and this, that, and the other. He said, very rarely, Bill and I, even in the same room, let alone making the same statements when we're not together. That's a true torch of we're trying to basically tell our kids to do the right thing when it comes to marriage. And he said, you know, that's kind of strange, you know, about the bill about being loyal to marriage, and you know, Stephanie's still talking about Quinn messing up her life, and you know, we can always throw that song and dance in there, but you still had a choice, Steffi. You still had a choice. Don't blame everything on Quinn. Then we go back to Bill and Liam. They're discussing marriage, and Liam says yes, he wants to be like, his dad, Bill, when it comes to him watching over Katie so dutifully through the good and the bad. But he still is going over how Quinn, did to him. I'm like, whoo. Then, what's the name? Bill went on and told him, marriage is about loyalty, commitment, brotherhood, this, that, and that. And, what he feels about marriage is very paramount. And I'm like, ain't that talking out of both sides of your neck? It's a double standard that you're doing. It's just a hot mess, Bill. I'm like, give it up. Just listen to your son and don't make no comment. Give him a hug and scoot him on his way. But then we go to Katie. Katie's telling Brooke that all the jealousy she was feeling was all in her head. Like I said, Brooke is being extremely guilt felt, because she knows what she just had been doing with her husband, no less than an hour ago. So all your concerns are very truthfully valid and has come to fruition, honey. Woo, and when you find out, I know you're going to be wanting to kick ass around now, but it just is what it is right now. We go to commercial, we come back, we have Liam. Liam is still talking to his dad about total commitment to respecting, other people's marriages, the boundaries, and he just feel bad that he went and did all this stuff to his brother. And Bill just like, okay, whatever, tofu head. He leaves Liam in the office because he can't take the guilt no more himself. He know what he was just doing about an hour ago. Like I said with Brooke, ain't nobody stupid. So he leaves, like I said, abruptly, just leaving him in there talking to himself pretty much. And he just don't know what's going on. So they flash off back. See, we go back to Ridge. Ridge is still bugging Stephanie about getting out of her marriage if she really feels that she needs to be with Liam. Life is too short. He double standard talking himself too, but that's just like calling a pot, calling kettle black. Him and Bill Spencer doing the same shit, you know, because he was doing that little menage a trois with going back and forth, messing with, men and women, and he was married in his marriage, doing it with, Taylor and Brooke and, ooh, is there anybody else? Katie. It was just too much. They do too much. And anyway, she's just not feeling it pretty much. She just like, whatever, it is what it is. I married Wyatt, I'm staying with Wyatt, and the two shall never cross anymore. Because Bill definitely has made his stance on it, and we just had a meeting about it. So yeah, we're gonna ride this boat on out, Dad. But he's saying, hey, you still have a choice if you desire to. Use your choice that you have all the information in front of you now to make better decisions going forward. Then we go to Katie. Katie is still trying to understand why Brooke is, kind of in a sense resisting her apology, and she's begging and pleading, and thanking Brooke for being so loyal and supportive, and that's the last time she go and hug Brooke for the last and final time on this episode. We go back to Liam. Liam is still going over his father's, you know, behavior and his demeanor, and he starts to notice this little sidebar room that he don't feel that he's ever seen before. So he goes to the door, he walks through the door, and he's just very impressed and astonished all at the same time. Like, what the hell is going on here? Why do my dad have a bed, a whole bedroom scene at his office? He has a hella big ass mansion to go home to. So Liam is feeling some kind of, traded, or being like he was, being taught to one way, and then in the other way it's another whole different scenario. Because there really wouldn't be any reason for him to have a bed set up, you know, not locked up for just his pleasure. And he know it can't really be about Katie coming to the office and wanting a little quickie. Can't be that. Have a sofa for that out there. And he just like, wait a minute now, dad doing something. He ain't telling nobody about this shit. He telling me to float one way. And I know he can't be out for Brooke. But he goes on and observe the room in its entirety. And he finally gone over there to the bed. And he could see only one side really was slept on or messed up in a sense. I don't know if Brooke just felt she needed to get under the covers or what. 'Cause it seemed like she was on top of the on top of the covers, not in. However, it's kind of pulled back on her side, and her earring is left. So, he's looking at the earring or picked up the earring, and he's like, So I guess he's gonna put it in his pocket. Hopefully he don't want. Hopefully he do not go and address that earring issue with what's her name, Katie. Hopefully he won't be that stupid, but yeah, he need to get back on in his daddy ass and let him tell him the truth of what's going on. Because it seemed like Bill was struggling a little bit, but Bill kind of take on his own problems, and it's all that do as I say, not as I do type of mentality. So, and it's not gonna hold up. Not gonna hold up long, because Liam ain't gonna let that shit ride. No, sir, no, ma'am. Not in this world, not on this planet. Okay, guys, that was the Bold and the Beautiful that aired for Friday, June 17, 2016 at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I enjoyed narrating with you guys about it. Please leave me comments. Let's talk a little bit more about the stories if you want to. I certainly will, definitely give you either a thumbs up in my reply, or I will actually write something to you if it's something different than what you probably, or your perspective on the stories didn't match mine, or you had some insight that I may not have even thought about. I would love to talk with you about it. So be well, have a great weekend, be blessed, and I will talk with you on Monday, okay, for more Bold and the Beautiful. Blessings. Bye bye.